Hey, friends.
Hey,
I think we're live.
We're live. Hey, it's Dave.
We're live.
It's Dave. It's the Chance and Penner live show, and we're live. How awesome is that?
I couldn't have said it better myself.
It's all I got at the moment. But hey, dude, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you? I feel nice, you know. The weather's good out there. It's not raining every day now, and I feel I feel good about it.
Dude, I was real suburban dad last weekend, and actually it was so nice that we went to a park and played on the swings and the slides. Callie didn't really want to, but me and Sarah had a good time. But no, the weather is beautiful finally, man. It's been freaking raining and cold and all over the place lately, so it's nice to have some normalcy, some spring.
I like that. How's Callie doing? What's your usual go-to when you guys go out?
Well, we saw Mario for the third time, which will be the last time. It was too much. It's a good movie, but it's too much. But no, she loves being outside, man. So we go to the park a lot. I take her to Knott's Berry Farm a lot. That's our thing that we do. If you go in the evening to Knott's Berry Farm, there's nobody there, so it's a good time. She has the rides to herself and the characters to herself, and she thinks she owns the place, so that's cool. But yeah, normally parks, beaches, we try to mix it up to keep it interesting for her and us.
I hate people, so that seems great. That's a good atmosphere. I remember when we were like teenagers, we'd go to Disneyland, and the best days were when it would rain.
Oh yeah,
because just everybody would leave. And I remember one time we probably rode rides 12 times in an hour. It was amazing.
You know what? I went recently thinking it was a rainy day, and I was like, same logic applies. We're gonna get there. Everybody's SoCal, so they're gonna go home. And it was so busy, dude. There was a line all everybody must have had the exact same idea, or you just can't go to Disney when it's not completely saturated. But
everyone simultaneously was like, "It's raining. Go to Disneyland
dude,
right now."
I mean, truly, that's what it felt like. I mean, the line to get on the tram was crazy ridiculous. But yeah, the whole vibe of that place these days is so different, man. It's you can't catch it. Pirates of the Caribbean is always 30 to 45 minutes. And I'm just I don't believe in that, man. It's that's a walk on.
It was all downhill after they started charging for parking at downtown Disney.
Yeah, it's really downhill with that Lightning Lane and Genie Plus they have now, dude, because there's a literal class system. You'll be standing in line, and they will hold the main line and usher in the people who paid $15 to get to the front of the line. It's in a way that FastPass, because FastPass was equal, right? Everybody had access to it by paying to get in. You're paying for a FastPass as well, and now everybody, dude, is just those people walk to the front of the line and people just stare daggers at them. So there's going to be a class revolt, I think, in Disneyland before too long, man. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be a people's rebellion. That's so Universal, though. It's always something Universal had with their yeah. It's always oh, see, this is why Disney's great, because Disney would never do that.
Yeah. And now it's the shoe is on the other foot, where it's, Universal used to be kind of the oh yeah, people go to Universal too when they're going to Disneyland. Man, people come out to Universal now just to go to Universal, and it's kind of nuts. I was thinking about it, and I don't know if we talked about this on the other show where we talked about Disneyland, but it's crazy that kids nowadays are at least going to view Universal as the same kind of level as Disney. Especially with Super Nintendo World, and that freaking Jurassic World ride still to this day is the coolest ride I've ever been on, with the Dominus and T-Rex. I mean, that ride is better than those movies, let's be honest. But yeah, it's pretty wild, man. Different world.
What was the story? How they more about this than me, but they basically essentially Universal poached a bunch of the Disneyland Imagineers because they weren't being treated well. Is that?
I don't know. I think a lot of it had to do with J.K. Rowling. A lot of it had to do with that kind of what. So Disney originally had the first right and refusal for the rights to theme park, Harry Potter, Wizarding World stuff, and the Imagineers put together a pitch that was so egregious to J.K. Rowling that she same day literally drove from Walt Disney Imagineering over to Universal and was like, "Here's what they just offered me. What can you do?" And they came in.
Whoa.
And yeah, they basically superseded the Imagineers. It's kind of a crazy story. I mean, they literally had a sorting hat ride that was Dumbo-esque, where it was so it was almost like a parody of, if Disneyland and Harry Potter met. and it pissed her off. And so she went over to Universal, did the deal with Universal, and then a guy named Scott Trowbridge, who I believe was fired by Imagineering, they hired him to kind of spearhead the wizarding world. And he just, I mean, he like he took it above and beyond. And yeah, I think a lot of those people that they brought were people that they poached from Imagineering. I don't know what it's like. Well, I do know that Scott Trowbridge is now works for Disney again. So there's he was in charge, I think, of Galaxy's Edge.
They're like, we're sorry, come back.
Yeah, I think that I would
Yeah,
love to know the negotiations that happened between Disney and that guy.
And Galaxy's Edge was so good. And you know, the whole time I was just like with, you know, the Avengers campus being built even before it was like an official thing, was like, oh man, I hope it's as good as Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And I feel like it wasn't as good as Galaxy's Edge.
No,
dude, I moved right as Galaxy's Edge opened, and I still to this day have never been.
Galaxy's Edge to me feels it's really cool and it's immersive, and I still kind of just feel like it's not finished yet. I feel like there's one or two things that they need. Like, I don't know why they're not doing like a live. That one of the cool things about Avengers Campus is that they're doing like live battles between the heroes and villains up on like the buildings, and then you have Spider-Man doing all that stuff. So that's really cool. That adds to stuff, like, because there's that Spider-Man ride. I mean, that's a slap in the face to Walt Disney, in my opinion. And just you know, the way they did it, it's so obviously like, let's do this cheap and quick and use the space that we already have. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but it just that's one cool thing that they have at Avengers Campus that they don't have in Galaxy's Edge that I would love to see. And I think the problem with Galaxy's Edge at this point is that they placed it in the timeline in continuity, so it only takes place, I think, after Jedi, and like, so you don't get any of the which is like fine, but they based it on all those new sequel trilogy stuff that just kind of didn't work and didn't have the fanfare. So I feel like they need to kind of go back and do a retcon where they kind of include like maybe different parts of the day or the seasons or something. They change what kind of era the Star Wars universe is, and I think it needs one or two more rides. But yeah, I mean, just as far as immersion goes, it's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, and it was so like, I saw it a little later, so it was like super awesome. And I feel like Cars Land is up to the same standard of just being like super immersive, and it's like something that Disneyland hasn't had as much, because it's like they just kind of ran out of space, where it was like, you know, like it started out more immersive. Like Adventureland used to be way more jungly when you go into it. Then, you know, you keep adding things, and then it's like, well, now it's kind of like an alleyway sort of thing, and there's just so much going on. But like, yeah, those lands were kind of the first time I was like, whoa, this is like actually immersive. Compared to like Avengers Campus, which I was super stoked about, but it's like they also, I feel like, opened it way too early when they were not ready yet. It's like going on the Spider-Man ride, it was like the queue was like not a queue. It was like just in the backstage area, and it was just like zero immersion. It's like they didn't even build like a wall to be like, here's kind of Spider-Man thing. Like, it was just nothing. It was just like, oh, we're just in dirty backstage.
Yeah, and the thing that perplexes me about that ride is they kind of did the un-Disney-like thing where all of the stuff you see, like Spider-Man is CG all over the place, even when they have Tom Holland come in. So they pay Tom Holland for the face character, but then they CG all the Spider-Man stuff, which on the ride, okay, that makes sense. But wouldn't you think like it would be far cheaper to do an animatronic of Spider-Man and not really have the Peter Parker element at all, because the ride is Spider-Man web slingers. So you don't really, we all know it's Peter Parker, we know it's Tom Holland, but that it's just disappointing. They don't, it's just screens, you know, and that was something that Universal used to get tons of heat for, is people were like, well, all their rides are screens, they're technologically advanced, but they're all screens. And then with Harry Potter, they're like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Well, here's screens and like physical animatronics and set pieces and all this stuff, and we're gonna, which I guess really started with their Spider-Man ride out.
It's nice to find a balance too. I mean, and I feel like Rise of the Resistance is like a perfect example of that.
Yeah,
because it's like there's a little bit of screen stuff, but it only complements what's going on. Like, really, the like real immersion is when you walk in and you're actually in a massive area.
Yeah,
that you're like, whoa, and then it mixes in like AR and I guess the television part, the screen part is kind of at the end, but yeah, it just mixed together like so many interesting things where it's almost like films with like, you know, like when, you know, CG kind of became more of a prominent thing in like the late 90s, like everyone was like, oh, this is everything, everyone do everything, and it's like everything was green screen, and then like eventually they realize like, oh, that's actually not good, and actually is not gonna like the test of time isn't gonna be kind to that. So like let's find some kind of balance.
Yeah, I think what you just said, you just like nailed it on the head. I think by design, right? Because Walt and his Imagineers started all this, and I think that the theme parks follow the film industry in the sense that a lot of the stuff they use in the film industry in terms of like set pieces, special effects, now with Unreal Engine, they have this thing called the orb or something like that at Imagineering, where it's like this almost fully encompassing egg they put you in, and they just project whatever the ride mechanics are and all this stuff. So Imagineering can see it way before, but I think that's an interesting
Crazy.
point that you said that I never thought of, but it really does follow, the film industry. And I think like that's kind of the perfect thing, right? They just opened a new ride in Toontown called Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is a big hit in my house. But that is all the whole ride. There's animatronics in it, but the whole ride is projection mapping to a degree that is so insane that they literally, you're in a room and it's one thing, and then right before your eyes it just changes into a completely different environment in a way that's like, whoa, like your brain goes, what just happened and where am I? But yeah, that's all projections and clever tricks and stuff like that. But I personally love the war that's going on between Universal and Disney, and I think with Super Nintendo World is volleyed back to Disney. Now we're going to see what they can do, but I think Avengers is going to be a big part of that. I think they're opening that the Rogers the Musical, where the Aladdin musical used to be at California Adventure. So they're doing a half-hour real stage production of, which I think is genius. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, they have to do that. But I think
isn't that.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say, isn't that area like where they were originally gonna have the Avengers ride? I don't even know if that's still happening or not. The actual like e-ticket ride.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like the original e-ticket ride was going to be that you were going to team up with the Avengers and go to Wakanda, and I think that was going to be over by where the Rogers the Musical building is, and there's like all that backstage. The reality is they don't have space for a lot of this stuff. But I do know that there's like a whole what's it called, theater area that used to be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, that just is this big giant warehouse store for Marvel stuff. So 75% of that land is Marvel. So I think that they're going to finally push and they're going to make it, New York or whatever. And but yeah, the original ride was you went to Wakanda and helped the Avengers or whatever. And then they announced a D23. I think it was a ride where you're fighting Thanos in the future.
I think it was Annihilus, wasn't it? Because I saw concept art that was like all the Avengers with Annihilus and all his like army of dudes.
I think that was the original version, and then the pandemic hit and that killed that one. And then they came back at D23, the last one that they had, and announced an Avengers rider. They showed concept art, but it was like King Thanos. They were fighting a character named King Thanos that was from another multiverse or something, and which is a weird move, right? Not to base it on the universe that the movies take place in, but I don't know, man. We'll see. I definitely think they're firing people over at Disney, but they're not cutting those budgets. So that's the very anti-Michael Eisner thing to do. So we'll see. And that's Disney Talk with Dave and Eli, Champ and Benner.
I was down with the Annihilus thing. I'm kind of sad that they went back on that. I'm like, they're like, oh, we forgot we had no money.
Yeah, well, that's one.
I do that all the time.
That's one thing that they haven't done, which is introduce a character into the park or whatever, and then introduce it later into the movies, which could be a cool element. Something new that they've never done.
Might as well. Like, not everything has to be Thanos just because he's super popular.
Yeah.
Anyway, you segued and then I brought us back.
No, it's okay. Hey, you know who was bragging about seeing Evil Dead Rises over the weekend, Dave?
Who's that?
It's producer Vince.
Soul?
It was me, dude.
Producer Vince.
All by my lonesome.
You saw it. We didn't see it, dude. And I know we had this conversation last time. We were debating about it. Dude, I was open to it. Eli was very
adamantly against it.
He was very adamant.
I was a Reagan Republican about it. I'm sorry.
He's very close-minded.
I posted something today, just a little slight review of what I thought of it. Gave it 8 out of 10 skulls. I liked it, dude.
Wow.
I think this is a movie that you should bring your family to. I think you should bring your grandma, people from church.
What is the What scale? How many skulls is worth a star?
Well,
is it a 2-to-1 ratio, or is it?
No, it's just basic 0 out of 10, and then instead of stars, I'm using skulls.
So he didn't think about it at all before you asked that question.
Yeah. It's out of 666, and I only.
I was
kind
of hoping it'd be more complex, but that's okay.
No, coming Halloween, maybe we'll work on something a little bit better.
I like that. Speaking of that, I like that in the chat, Daner Dane's really giving some
yeah, dude,
Disneyland opinions in there. I like.
You guys were popping off, so I wanted to segue into the chat, but you guys were just going for it. So I just
wait. Can I pause for a second? And I just want to say the Waterworld type show, but for Star Wars characters, that's where I'm at, Dan.
Genius, right?
That is where I'm at. You could even fly.
Yeah.
At the opening of Galaxy's Edge, they actually had a drone, X-wing, and TIE fighter. So why that isn't a show every night, I don't know. But maybe it's because they're worrying about everything catching on fire. Relevancy.
Peachtree said Goliath at Magic Mountain used to make me black out every time I ran in. I thought that was fun.
I know. I wasn't sure how to respond to that.
She actually said Magic Mountain, but
we don't want to piss off the producer's producer, so we're not going to correct it.
She actually never.
I actually want to see. I want to see what Magic Mountain is, though. It could be interesting.
It's like the off-brand cereal, but for roller coasters.
Yeah,
that's the Clefairy ride, dude.
That's all.
What?
That's the Clefairy. Isn't Clefairy? You need a moonstone to evolve Clefairy into Clefairy.
Oh damn!
Dude,
I thought you didn't know anything
dude.
about Pokemon, and then you just showed that you're like a level 100.
Well, yes, Eli.
Dude,
Clefairy is a Pokemon.
Vince just makes up facts about me, and it's so frustrating because
I've been doing it for years, dude. That's how I got here.
I could school you so hard on the first 100 Pokemon. After that, I'm lost.
Do it now. Do it right here. We have an audience.
The original?
Do the Poke Rap right now.
Name all 147.
Which episode? Is 150 Odyssey? It's 150, not 100. So that's where I messed up.
Oh, I don't count Mewtwo.
We go to Poke. Mewtwo's actually 150 and Mew is 151, which seems weird because Mewtwo is made from Mew.
It does.
You'd think that he would come first, but I don't know.
An
Here we are. Well, for some reason we go back to Pokemon every episode.
Constantly.
So easy.
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise.
Back to Evil Dead Rise. All right, we'll clip that.
No, we won't.
No. Eli will clip that.
That's a short. We just made a short right now, so you're good.
Dude, nice. I meant to look up the actors and stuff because the lady that plays the mother in it is incredible. Incredible. All right, so Alyssa Sutherland. Oh, she played the mom in this movie, and she was absolutely terrifying, dude. You guys already know kind of the concept of Evil Dead. They find a book, the Book of the Dead. It specifically says over and over and over, don't read this passage. It shows all these images of what will happen if you read this passage. Someone read the passage.
Vinyl record.
Spoiler,
right?
yeah. But they did it in a different way. So the movie, you guys always spoil movies. I'm gonna spoil some movies. The movie starts in a cabin, and it already fucking starts. Like shits are already going down the second the movie's starting. There's some deaths, and then it's like the title scene comes up, and they're like looking at the lake with the trees in the background, and the title screen comes up behind the trees, and it's super loud, and it was beautiful. It just said Evil Dead Rise, and then it goes to an apartment complex, and then that's where the whole movie is going to be taking place. And
so you're gonna go scene by scene through the
I'm
whole
going
movie?
scene by scene, dude. So that's 3 minutes in.
Are you doing this from memory?
dude, I loved it. I'm telling you, I loved it.
At 7:42.
Hey, Dave, text me when he's done. I'll be back.
It was a good movie. All right, back to you.
That's awesome, dude. Dude, I'm excited. Maybe you're kind of making me be open to seeing it.
Let me give a little more detail. There's an earthquake.
Well,
something opens, like the parking structure. Like there's a crack, and the kid goes down and finds the book, and he finds some records. Comes back to his house, reads the book, plays the records. Shit goes down. The rest of the movie is them stuck on their specific level in the apartment complex, and all the people that live on the same level with them. And it's just absolute chaos for an hour and a half. I loved it.
Where do you rank
Nice,
it,
dude?
Where do you rank it is it better than the last rebooted movie?
Better than the
really?
last reboot. The last rebooted movie did a good job of like sticking to the main story, but I've already seen 2 like iterations of that story plus Cabin in the Woods. I don't need another same fucking thing. So this one was pretty cool because it starts off making you think that it's going to be in a cabin and then completely changes everything, but still sticks to the same premise. I loved it. I would say.
Are
Go
the
for it.
new Evil Dead movies in the same continuity as the original 3 in Army of Darkness?
Yeah, I think Sam Raimi is actually a producer in both of the new remakes as well. I don't know
I think
what that
technically
means.
Army of Darkness is not in continuity, right?
It is.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Army of Darkness starts directly after number 2. And well, not really directly after because I think he's working at what's the name of the store that he works at? It's like a quote
The
from
one
movie.
from Ash vs. the Evil Dead? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's the same book, and I think the book like transports. I have to see it. I haven't seen it in a long time, but transports him back in time to where I think maybe the original. I'm just making shit up at this point.
Which Ash vs. Evil Dead was pretty good, too.
It is.
I
It is.
Was
a
it?
good show.
I never watched it. I think Dane was a fan.
How good was this movie compared to Shrek 2? If you're comparing those.
Shrek 2 all day, dude.
And don't lie.
Don't lie, because we've seen Shrek 2 5 times.
Yeah,
Shrek again is fantastic.
Shrek again.
Actually, I think I loved Shrek 2, but I think I loved Shrek 3 the most. Shrek 3 had so many like adult jokes in it that I like as a kid you wouldn't even recognize, but it was so good, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
Shrek 4 is dog shit too.
I've never even seen
that's right.
Shrek
I forgot there were so many Shreks.
There's a lot
Shrek
of
falls
Shreks,
up.
dude.
They just announced that they're doing Shrek 5, dude.
What?
After all these years.
What?
20
I don't know
years
when
later.
was Shrek 4 like a Christmas special?
No, it was called Shrek Forever After.
Oh, I don't know if is that where
God,
the
I forgot all
kids
about that.
were there Shrek kids, or is that number 3? Or is that
That's
number
number
2?
that's number 3, I believe. Number 4 is the one with Rumpelstiltskin. So if you're familiar with the Shrek verse,
I am, dude.
Wow.
Do you remember the Dazed and Confused part in Shrek 3 where it's like going through the town and then there's like a little cart that opens up and all the smoke comes out and then all the guys are like, "Oh, what's up, dude?" But they're holding like whatever the smoke little lantern things are from the church.
no.
Oh, that joke made me laugh so hard, dude.
Dude, there's so many jokes in the Shrek movies that are so not for kids. They're
Mhm.
awesome. I'm honestly glad that they're going to do another movie. I'd love to see what a modern Shrek movie looks like. Maybe it's not
That's why
as
it's
good.
for
Who knows?
everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
dude. Same
All right.
cast.
So you gave it 8 out of 10 skulls.
8 out of
What-
10, and I think that you guys have to go see it, dude. Or at least
How
whenever
was it?
is drops on Vudu or something.
How like how do I say it, like funny / ironic is it?
0%.
Like compared to
Did you see
'cause,
the
like,
remake?
you know, the original Evil Deads are like
Mhm.
like they're horror, but they're also like kind of funny and ridiculous.
for sure.
And like Army
Yeah.
of Darkness is obviously like the
Oh,
other
yeah.
end of the spectrum.
Did you see I forgot if you said that you did or not. The remake, Dave, a few years ago?
No,
So
so it's going based on that.
I don't know if it's the same person that did it. I should have done research, but I didn't. It's the remakes for these, they didn't go for like the campy, like kind of humor based horror film. They just went straight for fucking chaos, dude.
Okay.
The first remake that they made, I'm not a fan of it. It's just way too fucking like way too bloody and gory, and I know that that's like what horror movies are supposed to be about, but it's like a little too much, dude.
No, not really.
It's even for me, like I watched it the other night and I was like, God, this is fucking intense. Like it's not a fun watch. This new one,
Dead, is it Evil Dead 2013?
oh shit,
Okay.
it's been 10 years, dude.
God, you're so old, dude.
I'm so old.
We're all old.
I saw that movie in the theater and no one showed up. So it was just me and another person sitting there watching the movie in a giant theater in the dark. It was terrifying. There were a few people for this screening, but this one was, I would say it was just as chaotic and like intense, but it didn't make me not want to watch it. The other one, I don't know what the feel was, but it was just too much. I don't know. because I recently
Alright.
rewatched it and I barely could get through it again. But this
Yeah,
new
that's
one's
what
fantastic.
that's kind of what like why I never really wanted to see him because it did seem like they were like rebooting it and it was like their version of like a gritty dark reboot, you know?
Yeah.
And but that you did make the newest one sound interesting, so I might. Do you have to watch the one from 2013 to enjoy the new one?
So just one more detail about the new one. So they kind of well, this is going to answer your question. They kind of threw out there that there's not just one Book of the Dead, that there's actually 3. So the way that they did this one was they found this book under the apartment, and this book is the same thing as the other one, but it's a different copy. So at that point, like it's in the same universe, and they kind of got around the fact of like how would the Book of the Dead get from the cabin to this apartment complex? Instead,
It's like
they
Evil
just,
Dead Collector's Edition.
yeah. So they're building a universe. So there's going to be a 3rd book somewhere.
Dude, I want to see that movie where it's how the book got from the cabin to the apartment complex.
Maybe one of the books is the book that Scarlet Witch finds.
Oh,
They could tie it
dude.
together, dude.
I mean, she kind of did. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Hold on,
She
wait.
could have found it. She could have gone to the Evil Dead universe to find it.
I sent Eli a video today about Ant-Man. Did you watch it, Eli?
No.
On Instagram?
No, absolutely
Sweet,
not.
dude. I was wondering why it was unread.
I deleted that
You typically
conversation,
do.
actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna start messaging you from the Chance and Penner account because I know you'll see it.
Okay. Deal.
Or from I'm all Dave. Send this to Eli.
no,
Pretend it's Eli saying it because he likes to hear himself, and then
Yeah,
he'll be
that's
like,
how
I want to see. Remember when I was funny, and then
Hey, this is trust me. After editing for all of these videos, I do not think that. Number one, number two, this is about Vince. Okay, it's about how Vince is into the Evil Dead series so much. Did you cry at the end?
I'm ignoring you, Dave. The way that I sell Eli movies now, I tell him like, "Oh, you told me to watch this a few years ago. Did you see this?" And then he's like, "Oh, I did tell you to. Okay, yeah, I'll watch it." It's the only way to get him, dude.
wow.
What'd
It's
you
hard
ask?
though because it's like you have to check his voodoo and see if it's up there. First.
Dude, I'm not
dude.
watching Transformers: Dark of the Moon. No matter how much you try to convince me that it's awesome. Okay?
I can go on
It's
your
real
Voodoo
good.
right now. You've watched it 4 times.
That's one Shia LaBeouf too many. I just can't do it.
If there's ever anything like embarrassing that's been watched, like he'll be like, "Oh, my mom bought that." He'll be like,
Oh, every time, dude.
every time, dude.
Every time, dude. My Fair Lady, that was my mom. All right, so you can't put that on me.
Well, why do you own 3 copies of Charlotte's Web?
Well,
It's digital. That literally doesn't mean anything if you have 3 copies.
the director's edition, okay, the special edition, all right, and the studio edition.
You have one in Portuguese.
They didn't give you the Portuguese one for free. You had to pay extra.
Dude, I had to search high and wide for the Portuguese edition.
Look, I'm all about Charlotte's Web, so I don't want to.
I know. I realize I slandered it.
It's actually called the Obrigado.
I know. I don't know Portuguese. I realize I shouldn't have done that. Page Tree in the chat says Eli has watched it, but turned it off 10 minutes before it ended.
Dude, that's talking. That's completely Vince talking.
Did she just verify that?
Dude,
Does Vince Paige, you can answer this question. Does Vince have like a notebook with my picture in it that he just writes narratives for my life that he perceives from the outside looking in? Because I'm convinced that Vince has a burn book.
That's old school, dude. I have you programmed into my chat GBT.
Well, we saw how that turned out last week. So.
I gave all your metrics. I gave all your personality traits. And then now I'm just like, what would he do if a swarm of jellyfish bit his foot?
By the way, if you told 10-year-old Chance or whatever I'm going by these days that one day I could watch 10 minutes of something and skip to another movie to watch 10 minutes of that, I would freak out. So I'm kind of...
It's kind of a problem, though. I'm sure you guys fall into the same thing. Paige hates it, but every single night I doom scroll TV shows and movies for 45 minutes, shut it off, and listen to a podcast and fall asleep. Every night.
I want to be in a band named Doom Scroll, dude.
Doom Scroll?
Can the kick drum just have a picture of Vince doing this?
It's just it's the sound
I don't
of
have
my
that
fire
problem.
stick.
You guys are both like that, and like I know Eli does it too because on Voodoo it is a lot where it's like I'm like, who watched a minute and a half of this?
Hold on.
So you've noticed that, Dave?
I'm gonna tell you what I tell Vince 1,000 times. Number one, it doesn't truly track the amount of minutes, because I've gone in there and people have watched other movies that it says that they're at 12 minutes, and then you play it and they're like, oh, it's just at the end. So you're both wrong on that, and I would know because I'm the voodoo scholar here.
I think they're liars, dude.
Dave, just to forewarn you, you're going to get a text message from Eli after this podcast.
Password change.
Yeah, password change, and him making you plead to get the password
back.
I'm
sorry. I'm blessed with your voodoo. I don't want to.
That's the great thing.
It's too late.
I'm the Department of Homeland Security here. Okay, when it comes to voodoo, and I'm just one comment away from adding, I don't know, an asterisk or a money sign or a number 2 to the end of that password, and you guys will never know it.
Well, he does periodically purge people. I do know that.
He does.
He'll be like, all right, it's been long enough, and then it's like every time I hold my breath to see if I'll get a text the new password, dude.
Well, Dave, I can't kick off because he's actually contributed monetarily to the Voodoo account.
Oh, that's true, dude.
How you forget the days that you had to come to my door and be like, excuse me, mister, can I use your Blu-ray copier machine so I can put movies on my Voodoo? I'll let you use it forever. And then the second that was done, dude.
See, I told you if you let him have a full screen, he would just dominate the whole conversation. So
you spoke like Oliver Twist too when you,
he did, dude.
You came to him.
Well, excuse me, sir, can I have 10 more Blu-rays, please?
Where'd you get that brown suit, dude?
And I don't remember you coughing over money for any of those Blu-rays that I converted.
I bought the Blu-ray fucking ripper for my computer. That was like $200.
Didn't. Oh, you're a liar.
Dude, that was back in the day.
Oh, hold on. We got
so expensive.
Peachtree said, Vincent has a spreadsheet made of each movie Eli has watched with a timestamp when he turned it off. And then she said, please, sir, can I have some bread?
It's also not a secret that my brain moves on from one thing to the next in 10 minutes. So that's how you know if you see a movie if you see a movie that's at the end credits, know that I watched the whole thing, and that's enough of a review in and of itself.
We just chalked that up to Sarah watched this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mol, that's got to be Sarah.
Sarah's got focus.
Eli deleted me from his HBO because I fucked up the sound 2 podcasts ago, dude.
Well, did you learn your lesson from it, or?
I did, but I want back on,
he's
dude.
Talking about it.
I want to watch Barry season 4.
Come on, let him watch.
Let me watch
All
Barry,
right,
dude.
you can watch an episode of Barry. You can have that. You've earned it. We haven't dropped off OBS, so you can have that, Vince. Good job.
Oh, I forgot to start the stream.
With that in mind, it's great talking about my Voodoo account and all, but I think it's time to move into the main event of this show, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about here.
Cringe.
We're cringe. We'll have to.
Were we calling it Cringe Fest or?
I'm calling it Cringe-O-Rama. I think that's cool. It's kind of like Cinerama, whatever.
I like it, but I'm gonna have to change all of the visuals.
I can see Cringe-O-Rama. Well, for future shows, I just called the streams Cringe-O-Rama.
Like
I can see that on a t-shirt, you know what I mean? But we're diving into the wild, dark world, and I mean dark. And this week, I've also not I haven't gone to the full depths of darkness. I feel like we need to ease into that, you don't jump right into the fire. So we have a collection of cringe videos that we're going to be watching and reacting to tonight, and I'm excited because you guys are all really fun. And some good fun. So what do you guys think?
I'm ready,
dude. I'm excited. The first time we watched cringe videos together was quite a while ago now, and I feel like I was a changed man after having done that. I saw the depths that humanity can go that I wasn't ready for.
The first time Dave and I watched cringe videos, there may or may not have been other things at play at the time that we watched it, but it led to, I want to say, hours long conversations and psychological breakdowns of the videos that we had just watched. And there were some videos in, hey, what's up, Mother Slammer? First time chatter. Thanks for coming in and chatting with us. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I think last time we watched this, it really led us to some contemplation, not only just on the videos, but in life itself. So if you guys are ready, we can start this ride, and it is a ride.
I just want to say I'm still convinced to this day that one of the cringe videos we originally watched was a kid in a dorm that was dressed up in makeup of Joker. And when we watched that, it made me reflect on humanity. And I'm convinced to this day that Joaquin Phoenix based his Joker off that cringe video. Because if you keep that in context, like that is the character he's playing. He's playing like a character of a like lost, awkward kid that is trying to be the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, like if you think about it, it does make sense that he would do that. I mean, you know what I mean? Like you would probably go, and plus he bases Joker.
It's a very Joaquin Phoenix thing to do, right?
But he bases Joker more on real world kind of mental health things, so it would make sense.
Which is that cringe video?
100%. I think you're right. I think there's probably a bunch of videos like that if you really, change your RSS feed to capture them. But all right, let's do. Before we go further, you bring that one up, Dave. Do you remember the one about the guy in the septic tank?
Dude, I still think about it all the time.
I think about it all the time. I think about it all the time, dude.
Maybe if at some point we can find these ones to show, but yeah, it's a guy that's just.
I feel like
we should just watch the cringe videos.
The Riddler in the newer Batman movie, I feel like, was themed after the septic tank guy, like the suit.
Oh, dude, maybe.
Dude, maybe all the new Batman villains are just based on cringe videos. It honestly would make a lot of sense.
Maybe all Hollywood films now are just based on cringe videos. Maybe that's what we're discovering, dude.
I mean, I liked Paul Dano's performance and I liked Joaquin Phoenix's performance, so keep it going. I want to see Mr. Freeze and what that produces. That would be crazy.
Mr. Freeze should just stay as Arnold, just
always
saying ice puns. But
nice to see you. All right, let's get these videos going. Are you boys ready?
Let's do it, dude. I haven't seen any of these.
All right. And let me know if you guys have a particular moment that you would like me to stop and comment on.
This is new, high, great technology we're using to play something and also be able to hear it. And you'd be shocked at how difficult that is to do on a stream.
It took about 6 months, but we got it here.
We got it finally.
It took 2 of the 3 Necronomicons to figure out how to do it. So we're here. A lot of people don't know this, but this is how they actually wrote Double Fantasy, the John Lennon and Yoko Ono album. This is how they brainstormed.
Oh, I 100% believe that.
It's just Yoko doing this in John's ear for 3 hours straight and being like,
it's lovely. You're expressing yourself.
Is will you play the atmosphere?
I make the same sound reaching for the last Pringle in the can, dude. I go,
At least there's vibrato.
It's so loud.
It's so loud, dude.
Look at the dude in the background.
Dude, can you imagine being Yoko Ono?
He's trying to keep his cool, dude.
Can you imagine Yoko being her neighbor? And you're just like, can you guys keep it down up here? This is getting insane.
I can't imagine being her neighbor based off of the neighbors I've had, dude.
How much
She's
did
the
they
final
pay
boss.
this? Seriously. Yeah,
Dude,
the final boss of the Bad Neighbors.
What did the rehearsal look like?
How much are they paying the sax guy?
This isn't the rehearsal?
No, this is I'm sure. I mean, the answer to that question is there was no rehearsal. But what I love, the real MVP of this video is the videographer who's like videoing him like he's like the baddest ass freaking sax player of all time.
Dude, the dude doing the video is the only professional here.
Yeah.
Look
at the guy in the background that's watching this, trying to act like he's not repulsed.
He's impressed, dude.
He just has like a polite smile on. He's like,
he'll just remember she used to know John Lennon. She used to know John Lennon.
He's the only
makes you friends with John Lennon.
He's the only deaf producer in Hollywood.
Dude, I like how she's like so intimately watching him as if anything she's doing has to do with like riffing off what he's doing. You know what I mean? It's like,
dude, she's doing classic improvisational psycho jazz, dude, where they gotta just they feel the moment and they gotta read each other. You know, she's got to know what wrong note he's gonna play next.
Their auras have to be
contrasting.
Dude, their auras are something, that's for sure.
All right, let's move on.
What if mirrors are not what we think they are? I saw this on TikTok, so I wanted to try this. And look, this is only a small mirror, but this still works. And you can try this with any kind of paper or any other object behind this. How does the mirror know what's behind here? It shouldn't know, right? But when you look, there it is. In the mirror world, what if mirrors aren't what we think they are? Try this at home. It works.
Try this at home. It works.
This dude is way too old to just start figuring out how mirrors work.
Well, there's a couple things here, and I don't know if I want to back up too much because I don't want to tread into the Yoko Ono world again. But why is his shirt off? Check this out. His shirt is
I noticed.
off. Like, why does he need to take his shirt off?
Because when you're wearing a bowler hat, you should never have a shirt on. I think that's the standard rule.
Or let me pose this question to you guys. We can't see him on the other side of the camera. Maybe he's got a shirt on, but in the mirror world, no shirt.
Dude, he just blew
Does he have a mustache in the real world?
I think he's got no mustache and all of his teeth in the real world. Okay, I think that mirror is it's a mirror image, dude.
It shouldn't know, right?
But also, Vince, at the end of this video, I want you to explain how this works because he does pose an interesting question.
But
don't put it on me.
There it is. In the mirror world, what if mirrors aren't what we think they are? Try this at home. It works.
That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part. Try it at home. It works.
I can hear Paige running to the restroom right now to try it in the mirror.
He gives a call to action at the end.
Yeah, he's Mr. Rogers or something. Like he just as if like if there is a mirror universe that is opposite of ours and we can only access it by looking in a mirror, like why you would want people to go home and blow their minds like that, I don't know. But yeah, I don't. So Vince, how does this work? How
this
are
guy
you
could
able
be
to see?
You're gonna put this on me?
Yeah, I'd love to know your opinion.
In the mirror, whichever perspective and angle you go at, you're going to see whatever is equal to that perspective and angle. He can see the battery or charger from his angle, and he's pushing himself to the point where the angle aligns with what he can see.
So it's really about light refraction.
It's really just a mirrored image, yes.
I think they should reboot Bill Nye the Science Guy and just have this guy.
Dude, yes.
That would be great.
Shirtless, dude.
He's in between. He's in between.
You got to speak to Gen Z, okay, Vince?
Yeah.
He's in a science TikTok genre that's somewhere in between Beekman's World and Bill Nye the Science Guy. And I really think
is that the rat Beekman's World?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, I would love to see him do. I mean, maybe he's got this whole TikTok account dedicated to just the mirrorverse and studying the mirrorverse, but also different elements of our reality that we can't see or don't pay attention to.
I like that, dude.
Thank you.
You know?
How does it know?
3 rules you have to follow if you're part of my wolf pack. Number 1, for all you beta males,
This is going to be terrible. I already can
make
see
sure
it.
to show those canines. Rule number 2, start wagging them tails, ladies. Rule number 3, when Papa tells you to sit, you better sit.
I'm already saying. Can we go back to that guy?
I would love to know that's the thing about a lot of these videos is like you don't know the context of what anything is, and sometimes it's very difficult to know.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious what's going on here, right? This guy's starting a wolf pack, and he is the alpha, so he's letting the betas know, he's letting the ladies know. There's 3 rules, okay? I don't have a ton of rules, but I do have 3, and you need to follow them. So that's kind of why I included this video, because I felt, I don't know, I just got a lot of, I felt Vince would really appreciate this video and kind of, respond to it.
Do you appreciate it, Vince?
This is, I appreciate the fact that I didn't grow up as a kid with access to TikTok, because there would be videos of freaking 12-year-old Vince, and he'd probably be this guy. And I'm just happy that I have still images and not videos of the shit that I did as a kid.
I just want to say too. I just want to say too that there's a common theme between this clip and the last one. It's that they're both wearing fedoras.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy does have a shirt on. But you're right. The fedora thing is. I mean, I think the fedora tells you a lot. But also, Vince, there's no way at 12 you were that cool that you wore fingerless gloves.
I used to bite my nails a lot as a kid. So at a certain point, I had fingerless gloves for sure.
Yeah, Petrie has a point, dude. 12-year-old Vince would be just you stealing Pokemon cards, and you would have been you've been canceled as a 12-year-old, dude.
It's true, dude. I would have been arrested as a 12-year-old.
Your whole life would have been on a different trajectory.
Guys, those Pokemon years were only like a solid 4 years of theft.
Were you remorseful after those 4 years and you changed your ways?
From 9 to 13, I was just anything that was around me was mine now. But then I grew up.
He was on the Scared Straight show, but the Pokemon edition for just kids that stole Pokemon cards, and they send him to jail, and the inmates would be like, "Yeah, boy."
They're all, "Did you or did you not trade 4 of your energy cards for 1 Charmeleon?"
And Vince is that kid that tries to be a hard ass. He's like, "Yeah, I did, and I'd do it again." And then there's like inmates calling him like, "You're gonna be my bitch. You're gonna be my poke bitch.
You're gonna be my Jigglypuff.
Don't drop the soap, buddy.
Don't drop the soap, Jigglytuff." Hey, Vince.
If there's a guy in prison named Jigglytuff, that's the guy you got to be friends with. Not too good friends, but you got to, be
I don't think you'd have a choice. I think your level of friendship in your relationship, I don't think you'd have a say in that. I think Jigglytuff would. I mean, I could just imagine a dude that's super tough and he's just got pink hair. You know what I mean? He's got one thing about him that screams Jigglytuff.
Or he's all, "Do you know why they call me Jiggly? I'll give you one guess."
Now give me cigarettes, bitch. All right. Vince, you wanted to go back and watch this guy. Was there a specific reason why?
I just need another pass, dude. I need to see it again.
You have to follow if you're part of my wolf pack. Number 1, for all you beta males, make sure to show those canines.
What does that even mean?
Start wagging them tails, ladies. Number 3, when Papa tells you to sit, you better sit.
Oh dear, we've got a protester.
I will say, at least he's committed to it. At least he committed to it.
Yeah, every good cult leader is committed to it. All right.
We've got a protester who's throwing powder on the table. Oh, never seen the like of this before. He's been roundly booed by the audience, but play is going to have to be
Where was the security, dude?
While they deal with the mess on the table.
Knock it off.
No, somebody yelled, "Lock him up, dude."
Oh, is that what he said?
Lock him up.
Lock him up because he sprayed powder all over this pool table.
This crosses a line.
Dude, I'm at the point now for this kind of shit. You just lay him on the table and you break his arms on the table.
No, dude. It's not that big of a deal.
It is.
I like how in the beginning he's like he gets up there like he's a Shaolin monk, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's like doing something that's gonna change. Like he's like a martyr for humanity, dude.
Well, watch the reaction from the commentators. They act like the whole world just ended. And then watch, for as much of a Shaolin monk as he is, he gives in and gets off that table.
He doesn't want to be there.
Show of force.
He's all, "You're right."
Also, what game of pool are they playing?
They're playing Red Ball.
What is this? Is this some kind of what?
Peachtree in the chat asked if that's Cheeto dust, and I can't unsee it.
Yeah. That's why the Brit.
Dude, it might be Cheeto dust.
Freaking out.
How would you get that much Cheeto dust, dude?
Dude, he went to the Cheeto factory and was like, "Hey, I know I can go buy a Costco size bag, but where can I just buy Cheeto dust?" And the guy's like, "Me,
you gotta have some left over, right?"
He's just rummaging. He's in the back door, just waiting for the guy. He's like, "Hey, we just put a fresh batch of Cheeto dust in the dumpster." All right.
We've got a protester who's throwing.
We got a protester.
What is he protesting, dude?
Oil, I guess.
What could this possibly help in a protest?
The game of pool, dude. He hates pool.
On the table. Oh, never seen the like of this before.
Never seen the
Listen,
like
these are-
of this before in all my years in pool.
He's been roundly booed by the audience, but play is going to have to
All right,
be suspended
fellas. Just
while they deal with the mess on the table.
Yeah, the security was on a smoke
Never
break.
seen the
dude.
like of this at the cruise.
I like the unpleased old people, dude.
Orange powder all over the table.
Oh,
Play
my
will have to be
heavens.
suspended. I don't...
Dude, listen to this part. The commentators are saying how they're gonna have to cancel the game because a little bit of dust got on the table.
Oh, never seen the like of this before. He's been roundly booed by the audience, but play is going to have to be suspended while they deal with the mess on the table.
Wait,
Never seen the like of this at the cruise.
what do you mean a
How
little bit of
extraordinary.
dust?
Now, there is orange powder all over the table. Play will have to be suspended. I don't know how they're going to sort this out, Dave.
Dude, I hate a
Oh
sport.
shit,
I hate a sport that a little bit of Cheeto dust can up in the entire game.
dude! What 3 Dirt Devils and you're back in?
That's what I'm saying. They don't have a vacuum. Like, why isn't there anybody in the planning commission that's like, look, what are we gonna do if somebody spills dust or there's excess dust somehow on the table? How are we gonna solve it? We should have a Dirt Devil. Like, a Dirt Devil will clean this up in 10 minutes tops.
I don't know. My Dirt Devil is like conks out in like 3 minutes, and I have to charge it another time. So I don't know. I'm just saying it's a lot of Cheeto dust.
So you're saying the Cheeto dust would be a formidable foe for a Dirt Devil, dude? I'd love to see that myth.
I think so, dude.
We know how to foil anything that Dave has planned in the future, dude.
And,
Like,
and
all right,
I
we'll
love
Cheeto dust Dave. He won't be able to clean it for months.
I really love the crowd reaction shots, and it's 2 people that are indifferent and wondering why they're there in the first place. All right, this next one's a ride.
Dude,
To be suspended. I don't know how they're going to sort this out, Dave.
I got Starbies. I got Starbies. I don't even like coffee, but I guess I'll try it. Delicious. Now let's see what goodies await me in here. Ooh, a cake globe. Wait, cake pop. It appears to be a perfect sphere. Nice. It kind of looks like a turd. First bite incoming. Delicious. Yep, this is Nums. Activate happy dance.
the transition, dude.
Dude,
Hold on.
dude. This was every theater school kid I ever knew.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you're like
Again,
I reversed my statement at the beginning. If you're a theater kid, TikTok is awesome for you.
Is it?
But again, I got to give her points for being committed to it, dude.
Yeah,
You know,
she's
she
willing
really
to-
really went all out.
she's really okay to sacrifice her pride for TikTok, and that's what you have to do. I mean, that's how you have to do if you want to go viral.
That's how you got to sell out. How do you
Yeah.
expect to make millions of dollars if you're not gonna, go all out with a cake pop character?
I'm calling it poop. I mean, that's just classic comedy. You can't.
So-
Like, who's not gonna like a good poop joke?
Who doesn't look at a cake pop and go, I can make a joke about poop right now, but I'm not going to? And she's like, I will do it.
I won't go to the depths of poop jokes.
I'll go to the depths of hell and make a poop joke.
I don't know why that bugs me so much, dude. I feel like her character is loosely based off of Jim Carrey, and then also what was his name from Third Rock from the Sun? Like he was like the cousin.
Prince
Oh
Stewart?
yeah.
It's like a mixture of both of those, but like with no talent and like no one telling them that like, hey, you
Whoa,
should be more
whoa.
funny.
No
Vince,
talent?
Zero talent. I'm dude.
Vince, you want to beat her up, don't you? Those are like the
I'm
kids.
the
that you would
Simon
beat up in
Cowell
high
of
school.
cringe videos.
So,
Well,
so on
absolutely
Vin-
terrible.
So on Vince's resume, we have Pokemon Stealer and hater of women, dude. That's great. That's awesome.
That's where
I
you're
think you
going
can
with that?
You can make that jump, I think. Yeah.
That's gonna do you well in 2023. Let me tell you.
How do you know she's a woman?
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
Wait, what?
These are the videos I send Eli every night before I go to bed. What did I just watch? Were those 2 videos?
Yeah, there were 2 videos. The first one is a lady that made a TikTok that says you can't drink when you're breastfeeding, and it's showing her drinking while she's breastfeeding. So I guess she's like sticking it to the system.
Look
mean,
at that
she proved
baby's
him wrong,
arms,
dude.
dude. That baby's so fucked up right now.
The baby.
I've had those arms, dude, where you're just like,
The baby's like, "Oh, goo goo gaga, I love you, mom."
That's a Moscato boy right there, dude.
Also, that kid's like 3.5, so that adds a different element.
It's too big. Dude.
Why is the kid 5 years old?
That kid can DD, so no pun
So this is
intended.
this is to all the teachers that told me that I couldn't breastfeed while drinking wine.
And all the teachers are watching this on their lunch breaks at work, just going, "Oh,
Dude.
Cynthia."
Cynthia.
Well, I told you.
All right, I won't subject you guys. I don't know.
So
what
my
that was.
son is actually too old for breastfeeding, but he's having withdrawals, so I have to give him a little sip.
Shall you can technically breastfeed until 9.
Who's my
Like,
little
well-
whiskey boy?
Well, you're not wrong, but you are mistaken.
What's with the music? Nasal infection, dude.
Why is the music so aggressive?
Look at that lady. That lady's like, I don't want to be a part of this video at all.
Oh, nah. Mm-mm.
Gen Z's out of control.
Was the guy playing the music while recording?
I don't know. But yeah, I'm with you, Vince. I saw this and I went, man, so you want sinus infection with your high.
I'll just send her a link to the neti potty. Like, I got you.
That's 2 weeks of antibiotics right there. That's
2 weeks without the vape, dude. You fucked up.
I guess like doing it through your lungs the old-fashioned way just isn't
So you're telling me you guys don't do that? Because I feel like
Eli's
It's a
just
rush,
trying
dude.
to dare me right now to do it.
Okay, on the next week's
I would
feed,
love to see that.
put into comments
I'm
if
kidding.
you want to see Vince vape through his nose.
If you want to see it, we need to hit 1,000 subscribers.
If we get 2 subscribers, if we get
Listen, if we get one unique chatter in here,
one,
I'll do it right now. Peachtree has been blowing up the chat, but I feel
if
like we
Daner
missed it.
Dane says one more comment,
Daner Dane, can you call Blake and see what he's doing, and then we'll get Vince to do it?
call Once Upon a Time, and
If Daner Dane can get his wife to join the chat, I'll do it right here. Maybe his mom.
Read the time off this clock correctly, you win the clock.
Dude, I've never seen one of these before. I'm used to digital, man.
You ever seen a clock before?
No.
Okay.
7:12.
Sure.
Is it 12:10?
12:10.
12:09?
12:09. Yeah, you're close.
No, 9:25.
9:25. Close, you're 5 minutes off.
I think it's 9:02.
9:02.
2:09.
2:09. Okay.
It's 9:02. Why would it be 9:02? Why would we be in school at 9:02? Why wouldn't we be in school at 9:02?
Okay. So what's the conclusion, guys?
9:02. 2:09.
Okay, let's let the viewers decide.
Like 6:74.
Is it 3 o'clock? AM or PM?
Gotta be AM, bro.
Okay.
My cat.
Dude, do they really not?
there's no way, dude. There's
Dude,
no
I
way.
know adults that can't read that shit.
Who call them out right now and see if they'll come on the chat? Because I can't believe it. I can't believe you don't know how to read a clock.
I don't want to use a name, but it's a man that married my sister.
Oh, call him up. I know you have his number.
Dude, I'll call him up right now.
But isn't it like so? Public schools don't have just clocks everywhere. Like,
I don't think kids look at
what do
them.
they have? Digital clocks now? Like, they look at
Their
them all the
phone.
time. They're like wondering when class is over.
When I first saw this video, I wanted to believe that it wasn't true, but then he interviews so many. I mean, maybe that's the gag, right? Because with some of these cringe videos, I try to sniff out the fakes because you can see little signs of like when people have produced something that they know what's coming, you know. But this one, I don't know. There are a couple of these kids, like the stoner kid who's like 12, who's like, "Oh, bro, it's 785 or whatever he said." Like, I believe that kid is for real.
That kid's a great actor if he is acting.
That's true.
He could be the new Seth Rogen.
He's like, it's 385, bro.
Okay.
He's I think 420.
My cat. Off. Okay. Well, I'm
Context, please.
I didn't mean to. I was young. I was a child, and I was like swinging my cat around. Like I was just thinking it was like a stuffed toy, and I accidentally let go of it, and it died.
And guts all over the wall for Mummy.
No, it wasn't like that. It was more of it died from the fright. Like it was like a
goats when they get scared.
Mind you, I just want to say I'm giggling about it now. Like this happened years and years and years. Like I was a fucking little child. Yeah, my sister did not speak to me for months. Months, and my mum was fuming at me. And
Can we pause
I
it, please?
killed it.
You guys fucking made fun of me for stealing Pokemon cards. She killed a living thing.
Well, I just want to point out that the real monsters in this video are the friends that are laughing about it. Well, she's like, I'm giggling about it now, but she's not really giggling. She's like recounting something from her childhood that she's like probably still traumatized from. And they're just like, you're a murderer.
Also, I imagine that the cat was going to die from like impact, but it's almost worse that it died from
I agree.
being spun to death.
Dude. That's
that cat saw a side of life where it was like, I'd rather be dead than have to endure this little kid swinging me around.
The last moments of that cat was just its brains being smashed from. Never mind. I'm getting too deep. It's
the last thought that cat had was stay out of Australia.
And then, if you really want to like know more about me, I also killed my best friend's cat.
Okay, she is.
It just keep. I mean, the problem is that Australia, they're just all criminals down there. That's the real problem here.
I know where I'm moving next, Dave.
The gravity is also off, so when you throw a cat, it's the impact's gonna be a lot harder.
I mean, I don't know where the best place is to live if you're a cat, but I know it's not Australia.
It's definitely
not.
Seem ideal.
I'm a cry, I'm going in, I'm putting everything on the line. Dropped out of school to take my dream, I had something for the pro.
Oh, I'm doing that tonight. Actually, I already kind of have that going.
So the awesome thing about that video is like that was the hairstyle when we were in school, boys. So that hairstyle is coming back. The ice cream sundae.
That kid's got great self-confidence. You know, he's really going for it.
He does. And I was going to say this about the high school kids that didn't know how to read clocks. You don't have to read a clock if your fit looks good. You know what I mean? And all those kids were really well dressed. So why would you need to know how to tell the time?
Stop hitting on the kids, dude. Go back to the videos.
This next video I relate with more than any of these videos.
I'm DJ Funny Bone, and this is why I do not like putting on body spray. Oh, why does this stuff go on so cold?
I can smell that kid right now, dude.
Dude, I agree though. Like that's why I don't wear body spray because it's so freaking cold, dude. Nobody wants. I mean, unless it's
that's
summer.
Why.
Yeah, it's not the noxious fumes or the fact that nobody wants to be your friend if you're wearing Axe body spray. But
dude, is Axe still around?
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm just gonna start wearing it and just see how people respond.
But when you put it on, you have to go. Oh, why is it so cold?
Oh, why do they make it so cold?
I think you can only get it at Dollar Tree now, Dave.
Even better.
Dude, I'm gonna buy a whole pack, dude.
Dude, share some.
Why does this stuff go on so cold?
The place is cold.
Let me show you what you're missing.
Hold on, you gotta stop it after each video.
We gotta keep rolling. I don't even want it.
You crazy. Down, boy. Look at your glass face.
Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it.
Technical malfunction there.
Ohio, Bucko. Good morning, Pop.
Sorry.
We're tramping.
Ohio, Bucko. Good morning, Pac. Buenos dias, Poco. Dobre utro, Poco. Buongiorno, Poco. Bom dia, Poco. And she says,
all right, what's going on with that one?
I don't, dude. I'm
gonna see that in my nightmares. I don't know what's happening.
Is it like a ager?
The one on the right is, but what about the one on the other ones? What am I looking at?
Ohio, Poco. Good morning, Pac. Buenos dias, Poco. Dobre utro, Poco. Buongiorno, Poco.
Bom dia, POC.
I feel like it.
The transition to that guy is, dude.
I feel like if somebody from the 1920s was like, show me one thing from the future, what is it like? I would show them this, dude.
What do you think they would ask? They would be like, so wait. So wait, what does this mean? I don't know. It's kind of impressionistic. Like it's different to everybody.
Well, this is what everyone does in 2023.
I honestly feel like if we showed people from, like, let's say, I don't know, the 1920s, showed them this video and be like, this is what the future is going to be, everyone would just stop trying, dude.
Hold on, can I make a request?
All advancement would just stop because people would be like, well, that is what the future is going to produce. Let's stay in the dark ages.
If we hit a certain follower threshold, can we make Eli replicate this video?
I wouldn't know where to begin.
You have to do it on the TikTok, dude. Play it again. You gotta do it.
We can research it.
Or that one. I mean,
transition, dude.
Greeting, Park. Buenos dias, Poco.
Oh, I need this, dude.
It's if you get us 10 followers on Twitch, I will recreate this video.
Buenos dias, Poco.
If you make a Cameo account, I will pay you $20 to make this video specifically for me.
Cameo? Like a cameo for one, dude.
For me. You want $20?
Just pay me $20. And I'll
No,
do
you
this
have to go
tonight.
through
Make
the
the
proper
video.
Cameo channels.
Dude, Dave, did you ever see the Cameo I bought for Eli and Sean? For
No.
Joey. Do you know who Joey's food review is? The woo 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 woo.
No, he does
yeah.
not.
Well,
Oh my god.
you
dude.
watch it sometimes, right?
Yeah, we've definitely watched them
We probably
all
forced you to-
together.
We're jerks.
How much was that?
I think I paid $20 and I had him talk to Eli and Sean as if they were a couple, and it was the best thing I've ever done in my life, dude. He was congratulating them.
$20.
Yeah, he was congratulating them on their
$20
wedding.
for sure, dude.
Well, the weird part is that he just sent it in a text feed, so there's no context or no build up to it at all. So that was back when I watched videos that Vince sent me. So, and this is probably why it stopped, but
It's maybe why it stopped.
it was so weird. It was such a waste of $20. It was funny though. I'll give you
You
that.
loved it, dude.
I loved it. If it was Corey Feldman, it would have been a little bit better, but I appreciated it.
A little more expensive.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Bom dia, POC.
And she says, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids.
I mean, let's be honest.
That was a whole theater production, dude. He becomes the cool kid.
Dude, that was me tonight before the stream started.
Storyline, dude.
I'm gonna put a hoodie on. I'll look good.
That was the entire movie of She's All That in 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's just watch that. You don't even need to watch the movie.
It's got all the emotional beats of She's All That. But the funny part is that all he did was put on a sweatshirt and not make a stupid face. That guy, he doesn't need the glow
That's
up.
a glow up, dude. I can glow up right now.
And it's him actually trying that.
Turn it off.
Here we go into the
Did she just get possessed?
She did, dude. She has a total change. So
I don't
now
feel
we're
sober anymore, dude.
now we're
We're getting into the real.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're into the real.
That's what
the
I
real
dude. That's
shit.
what I tried to do. I tried to ease us in with Yoko and do a couple of these TikToks. Now we're about to go down into Evil Dead Rises.
It has been silly, and that completely changed the tone.
Just wait.
Turn it off.
Yeah, turn.
I
this
love
down.
that her shirt said "Happy Holidays."
So loud, dude.
Yeah. Was that a succubus?
Dude, it was. Can you? That's how succubi. Is that the singular of
Yeah,
succubus?
you got it.
Succubi would just like they would come here and create TikTok accounts, I think, and do all the trends and all that fun stuff.
They would just be upfront about what they were, and we'd be like, "Don't worry, people will still be into it."
And then knuckleheads would just watch cringe videos where we're like, "This video,
look at this vampire."
Arigato. Yeah, it's arigato.
Someone said, I'm not a real cat, that hurt. Ask the human to pop me a Chocky cat milk. Chocky cat milk make pain go away.
I think we can
chunky cat milk?
Chalky cat milk makes the pain go away. And I have to agree with that, dude.
I'm sure you do. I don't.
She's not wrong, dude.
She's not wrong. And I think like sure I cringe, right? But then I'm like, well, what am I cringing at? Because chalky cat milk, if I'm having a tough day and I swig up on some chalky cat milk, it does help.
Throw it up. Start twerking like Harley.
Hold on. You gotta pause it. So that's the same girl. That's her thing, dude.
Is getting possessed?
Yeah, like that's like that's like her account's thing is like I do the scary face.
Is there a better gimmick on
There
TikTok?
is whatever's about to play right now. The live action Patrick Starfish.
Pretty. You go good at sky. Yeah, pretty. Yo, body. Yeah, pretty.
What? You put that one in there for me.
All right,
hear
me out, guys. Hear me out. If Ron DeSantis does not use that video in his future presidential bid, then his people aren't paying attention. Because did you guys hear the thing about Ron DeSantis that he was
pudding fingers, dude?
Yeah, that he was traveling to Florida on a private plane and he didn't have a spoon for his chocolate pudding, so he just used his fingers.
Have you seen the campaign ad about it?
Right, dude. That should. If he walked out to that song for a debate, I'd be like, dude, his people are on point.
I'd give him my vote just for that. Honestly.
He plays into it, dude.
Be like, he's in touch with the people.
You're like, policy what? Pudding.
Give us pudding.
These old guys, let me just say, putty.
We're like,
oh, he said it.
He's not Trump.
What the fuck? Oh, hi there. My name's Charmander, and I'm really glad I bumped into you today. Well, I want to sing you a song. Don't mind at night. I know you're feeling kind of brave, and you're heading for that cave. Creepers want to blow your brains. Don't mind at night.
Is that Donkey, dude?
Right back.
So, how'd I do? Whoa,
Bro,
that wasn't very nice of you at all.
Dude.
What the fuck, dude?
That was
Peachtree.
he was using some like Clockwork Orange style
So did
subliminal
he
messaging.
edit
I liked it.
those clips into it? Or
That's
is that
what
someone else?
what I gathered from that video, yeah. All right, guys, we're in the home stretch now. Let's take this.
I just want to watch this image.
Let's take this descent. Well,
very
the caption
haunting.
says, "The F did I do?" So, guys, what do you think she did to produce such a larger reaction like that?
Wait, is this her?
No, this is somebody else.
Oh, I thought she cut her hair.
Oh, I thought that was her too. I thought she revealed.
I thought that was the reveal. I was like, wait, I think I know what she did.
Oh! I think maybe you're right. Let's watch it. Well, if you read the comments, everybody like she's live streaming this, and people are like, "What's going on? This is terrifying. What did you do?" So it worked.
Go.
Go. Bakugo. Kachan!
I'm friends with the monster. I'm friends with the monster. I'm friends with the monster.
I'm friends with the monster that's running my bed. And along with the voices inside of
Adik saya baru beli gini dari akak.
I would ship with in My Hero Academia would it be Bakugo. Kachan, I couldn't let you die. The person who I would ship in My Hero Academia would have to be Deku. Oh.
And that, boys, is the end of our cringe journey for this week. So now I know for future cringes, don't use the ones with music because those are loud AF.
It's pretty loud. It comes to a point with cringe videos where you just have to let it ride. You can't even think too much. You just gotta your whole state of your brain has to just shift.
Yeah, but I mean, cringe videos are just going to keep coming. They're not going to stop. I feel like TikTok, a lot of it was kind of made for the cringe, for the cringe. So, man, cringe is just going to get bigger and bigger until the whole world is covered in cringe.
Yeah, I think we're close, dude.
Let's get there.
My God.
So, any final words on our cringe journey tonight, guys?
I just want to say I think Yoko, still takes the cake on it.
Yeah. Isn't that something? Because I agree.
I think that Yoko might have given birth to the cringe.
Dude,
think about it.
Dude, that's a great point. And also, like, Yoko has the resources to not be cringy, and she chooses the cringe. It's like some people choose chaos. She chooses the cringe.
She's self-aware, I think, to know that but she's like, no, we're doing cringe, and I'm gonna be cringe because I can be cringe.
She watches cringe videos on YouTube and is just like, it gives her something to aspire to, which is exactly what John Lennon would have wanted for her.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Peachtree says, well, she said she hated that other guy so much. And then she said, more cringe. This was the best. So,
hey,
I don't know. I mean,
thanks for saying that, Peachtree. Yeah, this was fun. I think it definitely can kind of see where to go with it for next time. But yeah, I feel like those videos kind of encapsulated a lot of the peaks and valleys of cringe. There's not just one. That's the great thing about the cringe genre is it really encompasses a lot.
It just reminds you that there's a lot of weird out there that you don't see on an everyday basis unless you're at Walmart or something like that. You will, but it reminds you of what society is and how fragile it is.
A lot of these videos do take place at Walmart too, so that's also something to keep in mind. But it gives you, like, if you're in a situation where you have to go to Walmart, don't be bummed about it. Just know I'm going to see some wild shit, and I should have my camera at the ready because it might produce views. So,
dude,
I agree. All right, guys. Well, we should wrap it up with that. Thanks everybody in the chat, Peachtree included, for coming on and talking to us. Vince, thanks for your review of The Evil Dead Rise. We know that you loved it and you took very thorough notes. And I'm sorry, maybe there's a side thing. Maybe you need to go and just do a live stream on your own where you break down Evil Dead Rise beat by beat. I would
by
come
the
in
minute.
and comment.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna start just breaking down every piece of movie so you don't have to watch it.
Hey, dude, that would be great. I would appreciate that. I only have about a 10-minute limit, so keep it within those confines, and I'll watch the whole thing.
I'll do trailers.
Dave, thanks for... hey, really quick, before we go, do we have a couple extra minutes, guys?
You already said bye. We're done.
I know I did, but this is our stream, damn it, and we can do what we want. I have a question for you guys, because there's a rumor going around. This is off topic from what we've been talking about, and maybe this is its own cringe. Adam Driver is rumored to be cast as Reed Richards, and I would love to know what you guys think or don't think about that. I have my own thoughts. Dave, let's start with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I generally like Adam Driver. I think he's a pretty good actor, but I can't say that that's a role that I'm like, oh, sweet. I'm just like, does that fit?
Yeah, I don't. Vince, what do you think? Vince is like the bona fide Reed Richards stan in the on the stream. So I mean, Dave is too, but I just mean Vince has kind of lived his life by Reed Richards.
Mostly Ben Grimm is one of
Ben
his
Grimm's
top
my
heroes
thing.
of
I
life.
actually have them up here. Marvel's taking
Thanks.
a big shit on fucking Fantastic Four again, dude. There's no hope. There's honestly no fucking hope, dude. I don't know what the fuck. They literally... Sorry, I forgot how pissed off I was about this, and I never said anything. They already fucking have Reed Richards. They already shot him. He was already in a fucking movie, and he was already well received.
No,
what
that's
the
a
fuck, dude?
different one.
No, fuck you, dude. Not
Dude, no,
you
when we
specifically.
saw, okay, then
fuck you,
no,
Dave.
I agree. No, I agree, dude. When we saw Multiverse of Madness, everybody was like kind of bummed about it. They were like, well, I don't know. I guess it's like we're not gonna. And I was like the positive one. I was like, no, guys, this confirms that
they're
John
testing it.
Krasinski is gonna be Reed Richards. Like they'll bring him back. Like he'll be a different version, but he'll be him. And they freaking aren't, dude.
They're
What
gonna fuck. They've
happened?
already fucked up that movie, dude. Just based off casting, it's done.
I don't know about that movie, but I am hopeful in the short that will be produced very shortly. Get it? Where Vince is just going off the rails, dropping F-bomb after F-bomb in like smash cut after smash cut, because that's going to be hilarious. But as the days go by, the more I learn about Fantastic Four, it makes me hate that cameo by John Krasinski even more, because it was complete and utter BS. Just
it was a fuck you to the fans, dude. It's like, oh, you want him? Here he is. And then they fucking ripped him into pieces, and you'll never see him again, dude.
And playing devil's advocate, maybe there's stuff we don't know about in terms of, Dave brought this up. We were texting about it the other day, and he brought up the point that maybe John Krasinski just didn't want to do it. Maybe that's the reality of the situation. It was always meant to be a cameo. The rules of the multiverse are stupid at this point. They do whatever they want. They don't stick by anything,
I feel like they'd be like, look, everyone's decided that they want John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. Let's get them. And I think they just didn't want to do it. And I think Emily Blunt, especially, like, I know that originally, it's like rumored that originally they wanted her as Black Widow, and then she was talked about for Peggy Carter again. And I think she just decided she doesn't want to do the movie. So therefore, John Krasinski probably didn't either. But maybe they were like, well, they're not going to do it, but maybe. Well, maybe like, would you just do this other movie? What if we just got him in there? Everybody wants him for this other version of Reed Richards. And instead, it's just like, dude, no, you can't just like tease it like that.
Dude, so I would have sorry, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would have been fine with Adam Driver as Dr. Doom. It would have been a stretch, but that would have at least made more sense. I can
too close to Kylo Ren. He would have played it exactly like
Kylo
Ren.
And even at that point, then I'm kind of out. I absolutely fucking hate it. And I'm not the guy that's like, you guys are very specific in like your expectations and or like ideas of what you want the Marvel universe to be. And I'm usually just like, oh yeah, we'll see. It should be cool. This is the first time that I have like, I'm fucking pissed, dude. I'm really fucking pissed.
I love the passion, dude. If his casting gets us nothing else but your passionate take, I'll take it, dude.
Let me finish it with this. The only way they can save this movie in casting now is to hire Danny DeVito as the Mole Man.
Oh, dude.
That's how you're going to save that fucking movie. And also just kick the Fantastic Four. Just make it a Mole Man movie.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's it. If they get Danny DeVito, then it becomes MODOK 2.0.
No, if they get Danny DeVito as Mole Man and he plays it,
But Mole Man cannot be comedic.
No,
cannot be the butt of the joke. Mole Man has to be completely serious. That would be amazing. It has to
be the Mole Man from the Daredevil comic where he's under the graveyard trying to find the woman that he was in love with, and he dances with her corpse under the earth, dude.
Okay, well, they're not gonna do that. But
dude, they could do that.
They could do that.
Could do that,
and it'd be incredible.
Bob Iger's like reading that script, going, "This is great. You got to cut out the Mole Man dancing with the corpse, the necrophiliac scene."
Dude,
and they're just like, "Oh, why?"
To be
just
fair,
ripping out her hair.
Like, I know we've been talking about John Krasinski for so long, and everybody wants it, but like, to be fair, like maybe he just didn't work with the character too, because even in like as great as he looked in Multiverse of Madness, like he played it differently. He played a highly evolved Reed that was like way more in touch with his emotional state and his family, and maybe that's not what they want right now. Maybe it's more like we want Reed like Reed as like highly logical, like really like can break down everything like numbers wise, and isn't in touch with that side. And maybe Krasinski just didn't want to play it that way. I don't know.
But I felt like he played into the Reed Richards that was from the FF, the Future Foundation, where he is like more of a family man and more. I loved it, dude. I loved it. That's the only person that I can think of to cast for that, and they already gave me a taste of it. And the fact that they are going a different way, I don't know.
I mean, I freaked out when I saw him, dude. Like, I freaked out when it was like, oh my God.
A lot of people, dude, in my theater when I watched it, everyone freaked the fuck out because it's what we want.
It's also, hey, just to play again devil's advocate, it's also a rumor. So who knows? It could all be a big ruse.
But I'm
why
like,
they would do it, I don't know. But
dude, imagine like, but like, I feel like as soon as they announced like the director issues and they were looking for the director, I was like, dude, it's not going to be Krasinski, because they would have just had him direct.
Yeah,
they would have allowed him to direct it if he wanted to.
And honestly, I would have loved to see that. I was so impressed with Quiet Place 1 and 2. I thought it was super good, and I'd love to see. And maybe it's not the right movie for him. I don't know, but yeah, I was hoping that they would do that. I hope it was going to be him and Emily Blunt, and it was going to be a fairy tale, and they were going to make a movie together about Reed and Storm, and everybody was going to be happy. But that's not the world we live in anymore. All right, guys. Well, thank you. I just wanted to get your guys' opinions. I know we've kind of talked about that separately, but it's a good topic and it's relevant. So
sorry I got so heated.
No, that's gonna get us at least one subscriber. So I'm stoked. Just keep it coming, dude. Keep that passion coming. Dave, Vince, thanks for talking tonight. It was fun, guys.
This is great, guys. It's burned. I feel like the Cheeto guy is what I'm gonna take away from this. The Shaolin monk Cheeto guy is. I'm gonna be thinking about what his motive was. What was he trying to tell us all?
The Shaolin monk Cheeto guy that was the easiest person to persuade to get off the table.
Pretty fast.
Why is protest? I don't know why you did that way.
He's all, I hate Cheetos.
Don't taste me, bro.
Shaolin monk Cheeto guy, if you're out there, we want to know your story, man. What were you doing? What were you trying to achieve? Were you trying to warn us about some future that we need to avoid? I don't know.
Shaolin monk Cheeto guy, reach out to the podcast. We'll have you on. We'll promote whatever you're protesting, because we don't know. You didn't do a very good job at getting that point across. But how could you? They didn't give you enough time. So come on there. We'd love to maybe we'll do a cringe with the Shaolin Cheeto guy, and it'll come full circle. All right, guys. All right. Well, on that note, I think we're gonna end it this week. We'll see you again next week. Come on out. We'll do something wacky. I don't know if we're going to do an AI story time or
another wacky show.
Maybe Vince will make us look like garbage. Well, make me look like garbage again in the AI art studio. But thanks for watching.
It's easy, my man.
Maybe we'll talk more about your Voodoo account.
Yeah, let's spend another 30 minutes on how long I watch Voodoo movies. That'd be great.
Wait, hold on. Next week, let's just go through every movie that Eli didn't finish on Voodoo, because there's thousands. We can do multiple months.
This is what you do. If you want to do that, that's not a bad idea, but you do it. You call it the Voodoo Report, and you come on each week and update us on what movies were watched and for how long.
You don't know
like what embarrassing stuff Eli has on his Voodoo account, because what he'll do is like he'll just shit talk a movie, and then 2 weeks later he'll buy it, dude. It's like, why did you buy it?
Name the last time I did that.
And dude, there's a movie on there that I saw 3 days ago where I was like, oh, he fucking bought that, and it was that exact thing. I'm trying to remember. It's one of your newer movies.
Maybe the Voodoo Report can include that too. I don't know. We'll see.
Look, I'm you know what? There are movies that I truly haven't bought on Voodoo. There are movies
you locked me out, dude.
Yeah, you're locked out for sure.
You fucking locked me out.
Never.
You got locked out an hour ago.
That was going to be the joke of this, is you're going to come on next week and be like, I got locked out. There's nothing I can
do.
You
locked me out, dude.
Yeah.
All right, Vince, we'll figure that out. I don't know why he locked you out. Probably because there's 27 people on the account.
Vince, try just adding a 2 to the end of the password.
I'm going to have to do another purge where I change the password and only invite back certain people, dude. There's just too many people on there. I don't know.
Well, I've invested, dude.
Justice League.
Me and Dave invested. Oh, here we go. 65,000 a year. No, Ant-Man. You said how much you hated that shit, and you bought it.
I didn't say how much I hated it. I said that it was wacky and stupid. I said the second time that I watched it was worse than I remembered it being, but I'll tell you what I tell everybody. Vince, did you go to a Blockbuster growing up?
Yeah? What?
Were there bad movies in that Blockbuster?
Yeah.
There's
Well,
bad
that's
movies in my blockbuster.
That was before we had as many choices.
No, it's about the glut. All right, it's not about the. Dave
I
has a
res- I
list of
respect that,
AFI
dude.
best movies of 500. Use that list. All right.
Oh, that's not AFI list. That's just my list.
If you
okay?
want, let's go. Next week we'll go through Dave's list and we'll pick that one apart and see
Ooh.
how
And we'll
many
just
how many
trash
foreign
Let's do it.
films, how many foreign films are on there that he tries to tell us are good. All right, guys. On that note, we'll see you.
There's
we'll see you
some.
next
There's
week.
some.
Yeah, there's so many on that list that I only saw like 4, 2 of which were Chevy Chase movies, and I was like, all right, this is great. This is a great list. All right, guys. With that,
All right.
we'll see you. Vince's favorite movie is Psycho Gorman. See you next week.